idea just how, you know, the whole system moves on African people. And that's why we're here, so we can understand what's going on and then make some moves to do some work and take it on. So, I just want to say that. Right now, we want to bring up Stephanie and Michael Williams to the stage, and they're going to explain the situation they had with the police. And I thought it was very fitting that they be here today, you know, dealing with the whole question of police terror. So, Stephanie and Michael Williams, come on up. Uhuru.
Uhuru, thanks for having us. We felt it was important to come out today and speak to you guys. Recently, 2 weeks ago, I believe last week and a half ago, we were stopped by Albany Police Department. The cop followed me down the street. We had just came from a restaurant. He followed us all the way down the block with his lights off behind us. I didn't make my family aware of it, but I watched him the whole time. I'm thinking, what is this cop doing behind me with his headlights off? You know, it was dark outside, about 10:30. When we got toward down near the on-ramp of the freeway, the cop turns his lights on, pulls me over, comes to the window, and this was a bad guy. We could tell, my whole family could tell right away. My daughter noticed this guy was demanding, basically no respect for our family at all. The look on his face, he looked like a crazed maniac, is the way I describe it. He was a really scary looking person. He comes up to the window, he blares the lights from the car. It lights up the inside of our car, you know, like it's daytime again. Well, I should say, he stopped us in an underpass, pitch black underpass. Like I said, he followed us way from San Pablo down to the freeway and then stopped turning lights on us once we got to the underpass. So I thought that was kind of funny, as well as him following us with his lights off. So it was looking bad from jump, so I'm trying to speak to you guys. He comes to the window, like I said, lights blaring in the car. He also has a flashlight in his hand. He shines a flashlight in each one of our face, and he got to me, kept the flashlight in my face to where I'm like, I couldn't really see his face. I can make him out from around the shining light. So that was, you know, a little bit excessive, I should say. Like I said, wasn't a nice guy at all. I asked the officer, what's up, while he pulled me over. He said, well, he didn't give us an answer right away. He just said license and registration. And I asked him again, well, why did you pull us over? And he didn't answer me again. He kind of said more firm, license and registration. So I said, okay. And I pulled my wallet out, get to looking for my license. And at the same time, my wife tells him, ask him, can you turn the lights off? We have children in the backseat sleep. We have my youngest son, Michael, here, and my little daughter, Simone, there, 7 months. We're in the car with us as well. There's my daughter here, Taylor. She was in the passenger seat. The officer didn't answer my wife. I kept looking for my identification. I was having trouble finding it because my son gets my wallet all the time. He just goes through and he rearranges everything. So I'm going through my wallet, just, you know, basically complying with the officer. My wife's asking a question about the lights. Can you turn those lights out? They're really bright. My children are back here trying to sleep. He didn't answer her. I turned to the officer. I said, did you hear my wife's request? She asked, could you turn the lights down? My children are in the backseat trying to sleep. He says, they're for my safety. He just snapped it through the window. They're for my safety. And my whole family, we all went like, whoa. And I basically told him, you know, calm down. There's no bad guys in here. You know, everything's cool. I couldn't find my license. I told him, officer, I can't find my license, so I can give you my information, but I'm trying to explain to him my son goes for my wallet, but as soon as I told him that I can't find my license, he got on his shoulder radio and said some code, 24 or whatever. And I noticed that, and I thought to myself, you know, I know he's not calling backup, you know, because I told him I can't find my license. He steps back a little bit from the car and he says, turn the car off, and he starts reaching for his belt. And I looked and I'm like, well, why do I need to turn my car off? You know, I immediately started thinking of Oscar Grant. Why do I need to turn my car off? This is looking kind of shady. Now, you know, just as I told you, I can't find my license, you know. I've been in that experience before where I couldn't find my license and the officer would just ask for my name and he'd take a pad out and write it all down. This guy didn't do that. He told me to turn off the car. My wife had the same question, well, why do we need to turn our car off? We have the heat running here, you know, it's cold out here. The officer then reaches inside of the car, turns my ignition off, takes his taser gun out, sticks it through the window. Excuse me, I get a little choked up telling the story over and over again. He sticks the taser gun through the window. My daughter starts to cry. And this guy, he doesn't care about family, you can tell right away. My daughter's crying loud and yeah, basically he didn't care. My wife, to tell you how bad we have it as black people, it's kind of like a no-win situation. As this guy's doing all this, my wife says, don't worry, baby, I'm getting my phone, I'm calling the police. That's how bad it gets.
And then I realized, wait a minute, they are.
These are the police. You know? So, the guy instructs me to get out of the car, and my whole thing now is like, oh man, for what? He says, you got 3 seconds to get out of the car. I told my baby crying, I told her it's gonna be okay, baby. Let me just get out of the car, take this away from my family before he shoots this taser gun into my car and hurts one of my kids. I tell her it's gonna be okay. Before I can even get out the door, he pulls the door open. He backs up about 8 feet from the car with the taser gun still pointing at me. And I get out the car, so I have my wallet in my hand. I get out with my hands in the air. What's going on? Basically, what did I do? Are you arresting me? You know, why do I have to get in my car? And my wife's yelling the same thing out the car. The next thing I know, there's another officer that came on the scene. He was kind of walking up as this guy's backing up with the taser gun. He walks up on the side of me, curls my arm up behind my back, grabs the back of my neck, and tries to slam me on the ground. As I'm going down, you know, if I'd have landed on the concrete, I'd have busted my jaw, my skull. Lord knows what would happen. So I grabbed the panel of my door, and if you can imagine, my window's down, so I grab inside the door panel and I'm swinging around as the officer's trying to throw me on the ground. So once I come back up, he still got me behind my back. Once I come back up, the other officer shoots me with the taser gun in my...